Well, good morning, everyone. Let's take our Bibles to Isaiah 44:3 for promise number 315. And here's the promise. God promises to shower His Spirit and His blessings even out into our offspring. Now, obviously, every time I give you one of these promises that sounds too good to be true, it's not too good to be true, but it certainly does come with some contingencies, some expectations, a certain way of living. And that's where most people struggle to understand God's promises. God doesn't just give a blanket promise. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what trouble you get yourself in, I will just give you, because I owe you. God owes us nothing. But what we do notice, though, is much of those promises that we see coming to God's people or being offered to God's people in the Old Testament especially, is spoken in moments of decision. I don't know if you have had many of those moments of decision where we were looking to God and saying, God, what would you have me do? What would be best in your eyes? Well, the question comes down to this, really: will I trust the Lord to come through, or will I give into the alternatives that the world offers, or will I bargain, or will I do something else, or just not even really consult the Lord because I think I already know what He's going to say? Well, in Israel's case, it was in a time of great hardship, and really God's offer during this time was to forgive and restore if they would return with repentance. And so we see all this happening. In fact, let me read the verse to you. Isaiah 44:3 says this. It says, "For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring." And so he makes some very specific promises in the moment, but they're going to be such incredible overflowing of great blessing that it's going to spill over into our offspring, that even our children are going to grow up with these blessings and benefits. And I think that that's important for us to realize, that we're not just talking about the here and now, we're talking about what's going to flow into them also. And so whatever is happening, we have God's promise that if we choose to honor and obey Him, He will come through. Notice the ways He promises to come through. He says, for the thirsty, that's provision, that's sustenance, that's the stuff we need to survive. He promises to more than quench it. Think about that. If you're using the word thirsty, He's promising that He's not going to just give us a cup of water to drink. He's going to quench our thirst for some time. For those in a season of drought, I mean, just the whole season just feels like it's empty and it's dry and it's just not going anywhere. He promises a flood of help. Now think about this. He will pour out His Spirit for those who will choose Him, and not just for you, but for the blessings will be so much that your family line will benefit from the blessing God will pour out. This is something that is so important for us to get, that it's not just about right now. It's about what's going to happen out into our children. Are they going to see God, or are they going to see us? Are they going to see God provide, or are they going to see us make it work? Are they going to see God come through, or are they going to see us doing everything we can to manipulate everything to work our way? And so what we want to show our children, what this means with His Spirit and the blessings pouring out, is they're going to see God work in such specific ways that it's going to cause them to trust the Lord as well. That's the important blessing that we want to make sure pours out to our children, that they get to see us live by faith, they get to see us enjoy the benefits of walking by faith, and that it'll cause them to also put their trust and faith in Him. So let this be an encouragement to you. If you'll walk with Him, He promises to be a blessing. Have a great day.